Hey there, curious minds. Welcome back to our channel, where we uncover the quirkiest and most peculiar laws from around the world. Today, hold on to your top hats and teacups, because we're diving headfirst into the enchanting world of London's 15 strangest laws. But before we start, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated on our wacky adventures. Let's start. First on the list, flying kites in public places. Dating back to 1839, the law against flying kites in the streets of London was established during a time when kites were a popular form of recreation for children and adults alike. The primary aim was to prevent accidents and potential disruptions in busy urban areas. In the 19th century, kites often used materials like sharp metal or glass, making them a hazard if not handled properly. While this law remains on the books, it is rarely enforced today, as kite flying has evolved into a safer and more regulated pastime, usually practiced in parks or open spaces. Second, shaking doormats in the street. Enacted as a measure to maintain cleanliness and order in London's streets, this peculiar law makes it illegal to shake a doormat in the street after 8 a.m. The intent was to prevent the spread of dust, dirt, and debris from private residences onto public pathways. In a time when street cleaning practices were less sophisticated, this regulation aimed to improve the urban environment. However, with advancements in sanitation and street cleaning, this law has become obsolete and largely forgotten. For number 3, handling salmon in suspicious circumstances. An intriguing law, the prohibition against handling salmon in suspicious circumstances likely dates back to London's historical connection to the fishing industry. Salmon was a valuable commodity, and this law aimed to deter fish theft or black market activities related to this prized fish. While the exact circumstances that would make salmon handling suspicious are not defined, it serves as a quirky reminder of London's maritime heritage and the importance of regulating the fish trade. Next is placing a postage stamp upside down. Though seldom enforced, it remains on the books that placing a postage stamp with the Queen's head upside down on a letter is considered an act of treason. This law is a testament to the deep respect and reverence for the monarchy in the United Kingdom. Tampering with symbols of royal authority, even on a postage stamp, was seen as a serious offence, reflecting the historical significance of the monarchy in British society. Another one, beating or shaking carpets in public. London's historical commitment to cleanliness and hygiene is evident in the law against beating or shaking carpets or rugs in public places. This law aimed to prevent the creation of dust and debris on the streets, which could be harmful to public health. In an era when cleaning practices were less sophisticated, such regulations were necessary to maintain a tidy urban environment. While this law may seem peculiar today, it stands as a testament to the city's evolving approach to public sanitation. Sixth, we have transporting a plank on the pavement. Prohibiting the carrying of a wooden plank on the pavement, sidewalk. This law is rooted in the desire to prevent obstructions and ensure pedestrian safety. In densely populated urban areas like London, the potential for accidents and inconveniences caused by carrying unwieldy objects on the pavement is evident. By enforcing this regulation, the city sought to maintain order and safety in public spaces. While this law may appear odd, it reflects the historical concern for urban planning and the need to strike a balance between individual freedoms and communal well-being. Number 7, singing lewd or obscene songs. Do you love to sing? Careful while in London. Enforcing standards of public decency and order, this law makes it illegal to sing lewd or obscene songs in public places. London, like many major cities, has long had regulations in place to ensure that public spaces remain respectful and appropriate for all residents and visitors. While this law is not frequently enforced, it serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining decorum in shared spaces. 8 on our list of peculiar law is about the Royal Navy and the Ravens. The tradition of the Royal Navy providing a barrel of rum to the Tower of London's Ravens is shrouded in superstition and legend. According to folklore, if the Ravens were to leave the Tower, the kingdom would fall. While this law may not have a practical purpose, it showcases the British penchant for quirky traditions and the cultural significance of the Tower of London and its resident ravens. The ravens at the Tower are pampered and well cared for, as they are considered both historical curiosities and an essential part of the tower's mystique. Number 9, riding a horse while drunk. This law is almost the same as no drunk driving. Being in charge of a horse while under the influence of alcohol is against the law in London, reflecting concerns for both public safety and animal welfare. Horses were once a common mode of transportation in the city, and riding them while intoxicated posed significant risks. This law demonstrates the historical importance of regulating activities involving animals and underscores the city's commitment to safeguarding its residents and animals. 10th is about dying in the Palace of Westminster. Although more of a tradition than a serious law, it is said that it is illegal to die within the Palace of Westminster. This superstition stems from the belief that sudden deaths within the government's walls could disrupt the stability of the kingdom. While not enforced, it serves as a fascinating example of how historical beliefs and customs can influence even the interpretation of laws within government institutions. Next is firing a cannon near houses. The law against firing a cannon within 300 yards of a dwelling house was established to prevent accidents and disturbances in residential areas. Historically, cannons were used for various purposes within the city, including for defense and ceremonial events. However, their use near homes posed risks to both property and public safety. This law reflects the city's commitment to maintaining order and safeguarding its residents, even in times of historical conflict. Another one, jumping the queue in a tube station. Queuing, or waiting in line, is a revered tradition in London, and jumping the queue is considered not only impolite but also disrespectful of social norms. While it is not a legal offence with strict penalties, it remains a point of contention among Londoners. Observing proper queue etiquette is a matter of courtesy and a reflection of British cultural values, emphasising fairness and orderliness. We also have wearing a suit of armour in Parliament. Although not strictly a law, it is a long-standing tradition and an unwritten rule that members of the British Parliament, specifically the House of Commons, are not allowed to wear a suit of armour while attending sessions. This tradition dates back to the English Civil War in the 17th century when the parliamentarians, Roundheads, were in conflict with the Royalists, Cavaliers, who often wore armour. The rule symbolises the separation of the military and civilian authority, emphasising the supremacy of elected representatives over the armed forces. While there is no legal penalty for donning armour in Parliament today, it remains a quaint and symbolic tradition that reminds lawmakers of the historical events that shaped British governance. Second to the last, being drunk and in charge of cattle. Prohibiting individuals from being drunk while in charge of cattle is a measure aimed at ensuring the safety of both livestock and the public. In the past, cattle were a common sight in London, even within the city limits, and intoxicated handlers could pose risks to the animals' welfare and public safety. This law reflects historical concerns about animal welfare and the need to regulate activities involving animals. Lastly, if you have a pet, beware. Pets mating with royal household pets. This archaic law prohibits commoners' pets from mating with pets from the royal household. While pets are no longer considered property in the same way, this law offers a glimpse into a time when social distinctions extended even to the animal kingdom. While it has no practical legal implications today, it serves as a quirky historical artifact, reflecting past societal attitudes and hierarchies. That concludes our video. If you've enjoyed our content, we'd greatly appreciate your support. Please consider showing your support by liking our channel and hitting that subscribe button. By doing so, you'll stay connected with our upcoming travel-related videos. Moreover, we warmly invite you to become part of our community of passionate travel enthusiasts. You can achieve this by becoming a member of our Facebook group and giving a thumbs up to our Facebook page. All the relevant links can be found in the video description below. If this video has sparked your interest, be sure to check out a similar one titled, Explore California. State's weirdest laws that will leave you in shock. We trust you found this information both fascinating and enlightening. Keep an eye out for our next adventure. Wishing you safe and exciting travels ahead.